Hello everybody. This, I promise, is probably the last time I bother you about our planet, what we can do for it. And I gather a few ideas still, and I'm sure you'll have more than that also. In Corona, it seems that online shopping has increased by, I don't know, doubled or quadrupled or I don't know what, enormously. What you do with all the things you buy? Could you simply, before you press the buy now button, think about it, whether you really need it? And next, all of this has to come in some kind of packaging. Delivery services have also increased enormously in the time, obviously. And the people in my country, most of these deliverers come either by bicycle or in a van. Again and again we hear that they're badly paid, have no social securities, etc. Now we don't want to exploit, do we, our fellow human beings. Then next, of course, that brings me to transportation. Obviously also an area in which we simply have to do something. I, for example, do most of my ways on foot or on bicycle. And I do move a lot. Most of my friends think that I move more than they do altogether. I don't know, and walking and cycling is very good for my health too, isn't it? Then next, because you see, I haven't had a car for 30 years now, and I've never missed one. Cycling is okay up to 10 kilometers for me. If you're younger, it'll be maybe 20, I don't know. And then I take public transport. Now, I admit, if you live at the end of the world, or as the Turkish say so beautifully, in the depths of hell, or as we in German say less beautifully, at the S of the world, okay, then you might have a problem without a car. I grant you that. But provedly, most people live in towns. And towns are, of course, there for public transport. And yes, that brings me to a very dear US-American friend of mine wrote to me when I had talked about the individual responsibility towards our planet. She wrote, yes, Britta, you're right there, but also we have to pressure on those in power, on the politicians, to do things. And public transport seems to me, she's right of course, and public transport seems to me is one of the areas in which, yes, we have to make sure that those we elected do what we want them to do. If you do find you need a car, but most people don't, and I rent cars. Now and then, yes, I do need a car. I rent a car. The amount of money I have saved in 30 years, I can rent cars and take taxis for ages. I don't even do it. So if you do buy a car, did you know that the average horsepower of a car newly bought rises yearly? I mean, you wouldn't think that's possible, isn't it? What do people think about? Yeah, of course, I must say something else. Precycling. That is something also. Have you heard of precycling rather than recycling? Recycle quietens our conscience, doesn't it? We use any amount of whatever and then we say, oh yes, okay, this is being recycled. It's a myth. Very little is truly recycled. Go into this information on the internet, you'll find that everywhere. And the new word is precycle. And that means don't go as far as having to recycle it. Buy a second-hand mobile phone, for example. Have your toaster repaired, for example. I've come to the end of all my suggestions. I'm sure you have many more suggestions. Once You are in this, and it can be like a sport, you know, thinking of what else can I save? What else can I change in my life to save our beautiful planet? I said the other day, there is no planet B. Well, it seems that some rather stupid multimillionaires blabber about living on other planets. Is that what we really want to do? First, murder our own very beautiful planet, and then go live on arid Mars, on arid Moon instead? Is that really our future vision? Don't tell anybody, but I have a feeling that too much money has a negative effect on somebody's workings of a brain. Now I take it you're not that rich, so you can think for yourself, huh? Do, please. Thank you, and bye for now.